Oh my goodness. Would you look at that? It's so good. I love mangoes. Hi, my name is Carolina Gelen. Welcome back to Choose Your Own Recipe Adventure, a show where we put a bunch of polls on Instagram, you vote and choose what ingredients and challenges I'll have to face in developing a brand new recipe. In this week's episode, I need to work with the following ingredients. I have a non-dairy base, and in my case, I went for some canned full-fat coconut milk. Then we have some potato chips. Then we got some mangoes, very exciting ingredient. And the wild card, the ingredient that's supposed to give us a challenge, the ingredient that doesn't really fit with the rest of them, is this corn. And my only heating source will be a microwave. I'm not allowed to use an oven, a stove, anything else but a microwave. So I feel like that's the challenge of this episode. So the final idea, it just hit me. The inspiration came to me. And I decided we're gonna make popsicles. I already have a plan, like I can insert a picture of what I drew right here. Mango at the top, corn infused coconut milk at the bottom. Then we're gonna cover them in something. I need to figure out what. Some type of chocolate. I think we're gonna go for white chocolate. And then we're gonna dip them in some potato chips. So here's our lovely corn milk that has been in the microwave for 3 to 4 minutes. The corn and all of its aromas are gonna infuse in the coconut milk for a couple of minutes. Just give them some time to get to know each other. So we're gonna blend these two together using an immersion blender. First, I need to try this. It's really good, but I don't taste the corn enough. Like, it's not corny enough for me, no pun intended. So what I think I'll do is add another can of corn in here and blend it away. I should have used the regular blender for this. I just didn't predict the second can of corn coming in this scenario, but it is what it is. We have our corn milk in 2 separate containers. I got myself a pitcher and a sieve, and I'll be pouring the corn mixture in here. Let's see. So I need a spoon in order to help this get out of here. Here's my corn mixture after I got done straining it. Look at how creamy that looks. I think honey would work really well in there, so I'm gonna add a little bit of this, like 2 to 3 tablespoons. And then we have a pinch of salt. Not too much, but not too little at the same time. It enhances the flavor of pretty much anything. And the last ingredient I'm adding in here for now is some vanilla extract. We're just whisking it all in here. It's definitely sweet, maybe a touch more honey. So I'm adding about 2 more tablespoons of honey in here. And we're just gonna set this aside and move on to the mangoes. There's our mango. I'm adding about a tablespoon of sugar to my mango. It really helps break down the pulp of the fruit, having the sugar there. So just a little tiny bit of sugar, a hefty pinch of salt. Next up, we're gonna add a lime, and by that I mean we're gonna zest this entire lime in here and add some of its juices. Having this acidity in there is just gonna like bring out even more of the sweetness of the mango. It's like a nice contrast in between the two. So I added the zest of this lime and just squeeze some of this in. Mango, salt, sugar, lime juice, and lime zest. And now we're gonna crush these two. I'm going in with this potato masher. I'm just roughly doing this in here. You could also use your hands. This is the texture we're aiming for. As you can see, it's like chunky, but at the same time, jammy and liquidy and runny and pourable and all the fun stuff. So we have our bases ready. We have the corn one and we have the mango one. And the way I'm gonna assemble these is I'm gonna put the mango at the bottom and then I'm gonna pour the corn on top. These are the popsicle molds I'm working with. They're these 2-ounce popsicle molds. You could use larger ones, you could use smaller ones. Just dump this in there like so. Added a slice of lime on the outside. Maybe that will look good. I don't know. I haven't done this. And now I'm just going to gently pour the mixture in the popsicle molds. Now we're going to do this a bit. Just add a stick in each and every one of these. And then I have these plastic sticks that come with the mold. So these are done. I'm gonna pop these in the freezer for at least 3 to 4 hours until they're nicely frozen and solidified, and we can just pop them out of there. So we're just gonna move on to the final step, which is glazing and covering and coating the popsicles in some potato chips and white chocolate. I'm just gonna crush these and we'll see what happens. I really hope they stay crunchy. I'm assuming they will stay crunchy, and I'm hoping for the best. If you had a rough day and you want to get some feelings out in some type of way, this is a great method to do that. Here is the texture of our potato chips. It's almost like a panko texture. Next up, I have the white chocolate over here. Here's the thing, if you're melting chocolate in a microwave, you have to keep an eye on it no matter what. Like, you have to stop the microwave every 10, 15, 30 seconds. Just to make sure it's not burning, because this thing can burn in like a second. So I just stopped the microwave and look at my chocolate. It's like 80% there. What I completely forgot to add was this coconut oil. Coconut oil will basically encourage the chocolate to get harder faster. So we're pretty much doing like a hard chocolate ice cream shell type thing. So I'm just adding the potato chips in the white chocolate. They're keeping their crunch, which I love. This is what we're looking at right now. Pretty cool combo. Here's the thing to keep in mind. These are very cold, okay? So when we're gonna dip them in here, this chocolate, it's gonna get harder and harder and harder. So what we have to do is pop it back in the microwave, melt it again, get it nice and loose, and then dip another popsicle. So let's just pop one out of here, shall we? This is what the mold looks like. I'm always terrified to pop these out, but you just have to. That looks so pretty. I love the colors, great colors. Let's see how I'm gonna dip this. Okay. Where should I put it? I'll just put it here. And that's gonna like harden up a bit. I need to pop these back in the freezer ASAP. This is ice cream. You can't just like leave it out and hope for the best. So I think I'm gonna glaze these, then come back once I pop them in the freezer. Oh my goodness. Would you look at that? It's so good. I love mangoes. And the mango and the lime and the salt in there with the white chocolate. It's perfect. Let me get to the corn section and I'll report back. So I just placed the ice cream on this plate just so that it doesn't fall everywhere. First of all, it works so well with the mango. The corn ice cream tastes like an earthy vanilla ice cream. I feel like that's the best way to describe it. The chips and the chocolate on the outside, they work so well together. I think this is the day I'm gonna start to dip a bunch of things in chips and chocolate. The crunch it adds, it's absolutely perfect. Thank you so much for joining me on here on another episode of Choose Your Own Recipe Adventure here on Food 52, and I'll see you next time.